What's happening, guys? Safety Liner C2 here. First off, that's Lucy. I don't think she's been in the background of any one of my videos before, but here she is today. We're going to take a look at some pictures that y'all submitted today. Don't forget that if you have a picture that you want to submit for these videos, something for bus stuff for sale, lots, or any one of my videos, you can throw it in the video request form found in the description of any one of my videos. Alright, so the first one we're going to take a look at was submitted by Steven. This is one of their 2024 visions. We can see that this is a propane bus based off the Greenbird. Single stop sign, crossing gate, everything appears to be LED, yellow roof. Pretty simple bus overall, and not too bad. One thing I do gotta say though, and this applies to all visions with the T3 style roof cap, I hate how they have individual warning light covers. I wish they would go back to the dual warning light covers. That just looked so much better. Next up was this picture submitted by BusFan19. It's a bunch of C2s and then one EF or EFX. They all have white roofs. I mean, we can't really tell much aside from that. It appears that the C2s do have single stop signs. Obviously can't tell for sure though. And I'm just now realizing this, but I'm pretty positive this is a Google Maps 3D view. It appears that a couple of the buses have their doors open, and just based off of how empty the parking lot is, it doesn't appear that school was in session, so I'm wondering what all of those buses are doing there. Next up, we have this picture from WLB5. We are taking a look at a Chevy Microbird G5. First thing, I normally don't see the G5s with the dual headlights. I normally ever only see them with the single headlight, so that's different. We have LED warning lights. It appears we have an LED stop sign as well. And even though the design hasn't changed in almost 20 years, since before they started putting the Bluebird name on it, I just love the design. I think it fits really well and it just works. Next up, we've got a picture from Bus93. This is a 2023 electric CE. So first off, really interesting thing of note here, this is a Virginia bus, and if you take a look above the window, we can see that there is a roof logo. Roof logos aren't allowed under Virginia's state specs. And apparently, according to the comments, the district had to fill out some sort of exemption form in order to get that on there. Why they decided to keep the roof logo on this one beats me. I don't have the slightest clue why they would do that. Otherwise, we have full LED around the bus, dual stop signs, we have AC on there. Up front, we also have a crossing gate. The number is EV145 and electric powered directly under the grille. Now we're taking a look at a picture that was submitted by Project 24. This is the lot of Mike and B bus sales. Starting on the right, we have a Thomas FS65, 4 CEs, a Bluebird International, International CE, a TC2000, and a Thomas Chevy Minotaur. The FS65 and first CE are definitely Ohio buses. It looks like the other 3 CEs are also potential Ohio buses. The Bluebird International looks like it came from Kentucky. No warning light visors, fender mounted turn signals, and the black belt is a dead giveaway. But I still need to make it up to Mike and B. I've wanted to go for a while. I almost had the opportunity to, but just wasn't able to. Here we have a picture from Aiden. This is a 2017 CE. Pretty obvious Florida spec bus, yellow rims, dual stop signs, white roof, no warning light visors, crossing gate, everything standard. It also has AC on there, and in the notes it said that this is one of the last CEs that the district bought before they went over to C2s. Here's a picture from Joshua with the buses. It's another CE, this time we're in North Carolina. LED warning lights, dual stop sign, and this bus is just faded. This is, man, that looks terrible. We can tell that this is a pretty early CE based off of where the crossing gate is positioned on here. Notice that it's at the top of the bumper. They did that from 2005 up to 2008. And if it was at the bottom of the bumper, that was the rest of the run of the second gen CE. Notice in front of the front left tire on the bumper that we have a LED light down there. That's just an extra safety feature that would come on with the warning lights. And speaking of extra safety features, in between the headlights you can see that there are 2 more LED lights that would flash red whenever the warning lights were on. Here's a picture from Maurice B. We're taking a look at yet another CE, yet another early CE, again based off the crossing gate. The notes on this one says, when the new bus 2 came in, old bus 2 replaced 18 and old 18 became bus A. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Putting letters in a bus number or having the bus number be a letter is just stupid. You can see in the front and back of the bus above the windows that appears to be A, and what a terrible decision. Aside from that, there's not much to point out here. It's a fairly standard looking second gen CE. Again, it's just kind of a stupid decision to change the number to a letter. Next up, we have another CE that was submitted by bus driver 19. This is a Ohio CE. We can tell that based off of the ID number up front and the inspection sticker behind the stop sign. This one has definitely seen better days. Again, this is pretty faded, not as faded as that North Carolina one. The roof logo is definitely not doing too well. It appears towards the bottom of the bus. We kind of just need to clean it up. There might also be some rust spots above that back tire. This is a handy bus, as you can see, but otherwise, just like pretty much all the other CEs we've been looking at, LED warning lights and a single LED stop sign. Next up was a picture that was submitted by 2012. We are taking a look at yet another Florida CE. It looks pretty similar to the last one, all the same specs on there. I think the only thing different about this bus is that the roof logo is pushed a little bit back. I have no idea why they did it on this one and not the other one, but otherwise, again, just another Florida CE. This picture was submitted by Ashton. There is a 2023 Propane CE, and the 9 2023 CEs that they got are the first in the district to have full LEDs on them. Directly next to that is one of the 11 Propane Visions that the district got. This is again a propane bus. You can see that there are incandescent lights on this bus, but apparently it does have a single LED strobing stop sign on there. The specs aren't particularly bad on either one of them, although we are mixing and matching specs. We have white roofs on the Visions and yellow roofs on the CEs. No, we can't be doing that. And here we have another district that is doing letters and numbers. What the heck? If you take a look towards the middle above the window on the CE, you can see what appears to be the number right there. And if you take a look through the windshield of the CE, you can see that they put the number on the same place on that Vision. Having it in the middle right there is kind of an odd place to put it. Normally if you see it up there, it's either in the front, back, or both. But it's not the first time I've seen that. The letters and numbers mixing and matching. No. And speaking of the numbers, we had the number kind of on the grill on the CE, but nowhere on the hood on the Vision. It's just mixing and matching completely different specs on buses that are within a year of each other. You can't do that. Now I submitted a few pictures of some Columbus, Ohio CEs. Just like all the other CEs we've been looking at, this one of course has LED lights on there. It is a shorter CE. We have the number above the door and right next to the door. And just like on the North Carolina CE we were looking at, we again have the additional extra LEDs up front on the grille. So here's the back of the bus. It's noticeable. Columbus has been doing this on their buses for a little bit. I'm honestly still not sure how I feel about it. It's definitely a choice. Now this has got to be like 100% more effective in getting the bus noticed than not having that on there. And quite honestly, I don't think that they would even need stop state law on the back there just because of how noticeable it is. So I see the safety aspect and why they would put it on there. And I'm sure it's drastically reduced the number of people who run the reds from the back. But as an enthusiast, this, again, it's a choice. It's going to be really interesting seeing what they implement in the future. And I'm going to have to do lots on Columbus at some point. And the last one we're going to take a look at came from Whistling Allison. Take a look at this very, very unique CE. So let me first off say, before we point anything out, a bus enthusiast spec'd this. Like, that's 100% a fact. So let's get the obvious thing out of the way. There are two IC logos on this, in the front and the back. I have never seen anywhere else aside from here do this. If I recall correctly, the reason that the logo is also in the back, and this carries over to the other side as well, is because there's no other place that does it. And as an enthusiast, if you really want to make your mark, you gotta do something that no one else does, and that's it. If this bus is ever sold to a different district, or a schoolie buys it, or this or that or whatever, this bus will easily be recognizable just because of those back roof logos and you will know exactly where it came from. There is an extended mud flap. That's a great option. Also notice the fonts on there, not a font you see very often. I kind of like how it's almost italicized as well. Chrome rims, chrome grille, black hood, full LED, fender turn signals, fog lights. This is a pretty specced out bus, and I feel like this is one that if I did not know for a fact that a bus enthusiast spec'd this, that I would pretty easily be able to guess that a bus enthusiast spec'd it. I think this bus looks fine as is, definitely a unique bus for sure. Personally, I'm a fan of white roofs, but I think the yellow fits on here pretty well. I think the only thing I would for sure want to change about this bus is just adding a stop sign in the rear. And there we have it. Those are all the pictures that you guys sent, and I think those were some pretty good buses on there. Don't forget that if you took a picture you like or you found something really interesting, throw it in the video request form down in the description of any one of my videos. I'm really doing my best to make this a regular series, and so long as the pictures keep coming in, I'll keep doing these videos. With that, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I always do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe right down here. It's a magical white button that says you are now subscribed to Safety Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, over here, or over here. I don't know where they put it, I don't care where they put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or the next picture video is just going to have pictures of CEs with LED warning lights and a single LED stop sign. And make sure you also share this video with a friend, show it to your mom, show it to your dad, show it to a guy on a random street. I don't care, don't let anything happen to you. So yeah guys, that's going to do it for this video, and thanks for watching.